Hey guys, welcome to another FIFA 22 Road to the Knockouts video, and today guys are going to be doing our predictions for Team 2. Of course, Team 1 was released on Friday with a lot of love shown, as expected to be fair, a lot of love shown to the Champions League. Not too many represented cards from Europa League or the Conference League, and I think it'll probably be the same as well for Team 2, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think we're going to start off with the Champions League cards, then move on to Europa League and finish with the Conference League cards for the predictions for this video. So we start off with Manchester City with Ruben Diaz, also Riyad Mahrez, also has a chance to be fair. I think that the two main kind of contenders. We've yet to see a City player get represented so far in the promo. We might get an SBC before Team 2 comes out, but I doubt it. I think EA will wait to give us a Champions League City card until once Team 2 is released. Ruben Diaz would be a pretty good player, wouldn't he? I've gone with a massive pace boost for him because we saw a massive pace boost get given to Vidal. So I think if Diaz was to get included in there, he'd also get a big pace boost. But he'd be pretty nice, and obviously City you'd favour very much to go through. United, not in the best of form at the moment, but actually in the Champions League, they still got 3 points lost, of course, against Young Boys. Were just about able to beat Villarreal in game week 2. I still think they'll go through into the last 16. I think they will click into form players like Pogba himself, Ronaldo, Sancho, and Greenwood and all those type of players. But what a card he would be, though, going from an 87 to an 89. He would be insane. Very expensive as well. Grimaldo from Benfica. We saw Manatha get a card from Porto last night. And I think Benfica also deserve a card because they got every chance of going through. They beat, of course, in game week 2, Barcelona convincingly 3-0 at home. Okay, they drew their first game against Dynamo Kiev, but 4 points out of a possible 6. Great start to them. He'd be a very good player as well to kind of fit into like a few hybrid squads alongside maybe like, other Spanish players from like La Liga and stuff like that. So he'd be pretty cool coming as an 85, getting a +3 upgrade. Ilicic is the next one from Atalanta. Now, in my Team 1 predictions video, I did go with Zapata, but then I kind of saw how EA have gone about the upgrades of some of these cards. Like, people like Asani, who was an 84, usually with the normal inform upgrade system would go to an 86, but instead they gave him a +4 boost and stuff like that. So I can see them doing it with Ilicic as well. I've gone from him going from an 84 up to an 87, and what a good card he would be. Of course, Atalanta are currently top of their group. I believe they've won both of their opening games, or have had 1 win and 1 draw or something like that. He'd be great, wouldn't he? He really would be, to use like a cam or something like that from Syria. OCAMPOS from Sevilla. No Sevilla player has been represented so far. I think he'd be a very good card to go for. A few people I've seen on Twitter have been predicting Jesus Navas. But I think Lucas OCAMPOS is going to be a really good card to go for. And what a card that is from an upgrade going from an 83 to an 86. That's the kind of upgrade that you could expect to this card. And Sevilla are in a group as well where it's very tight at the moment. Quite a few draws in their group, but they've got every chance, of course, of very much topping that group, or at least going through. The champions at Chelsea have gone with an 87 rate of HAVERTZ, getting a +3 upgrades. He'd be a pretty decent card. Of course, Chelsea currently sits second in their group, beating Zenit in game week 1 and then losing to Juve in game week 2. But they're going to go through, aren't they? I'm not saying they'll go through top. They probably will go through top, but as long as they go through, of course, this card will get the upgrade. And I reckon they'll probably get the 3 wins as well. So this would be a very good card to have. Maybe even a Mason Mount could maybe be put in place, but I've gone with Kai Havertz, of course, the hero in that Champions League final last season. And MBABU from Wolfsburg is another one. I think they've drawn their opening 2 matches so far against Lille and was it Sevilla that they played in game week 2? I can't exactly remember, but he'd be a pretty cool card to have. Lacroix as well, the centre-back, is also another option. I've gone with MBABU. He'd be a very good card, wouldn't he? And again, if he gets any upgrades, he's going to be probably the best right-back that you can get from the Bundesliga. Emre Can, no Dortmund player yet to be represented, and I think he's going to be the go-to card. I mean, there'd be a lot of hype around a Paul Pogba, but Dortmund look almost certain to go through. Them and Ajax have currently got 2 wins each in their opening games. They're 6 points clear of the 2 teams in 3rd and 4th place. Very good start to them, and this card's already 80 minimum for overall stats across the board. He'd be 1 million coins, wouldn't he? He'd be absolutely insane, and it's a card that's going to get upgrades, isn't it, to be quite honest. CORREA from Atletico. I'd actually change that rate into an 86 and give him slightly more upgrades. I was supposed to give him a +3 instead of a +2. But he'd be great, of course, no Atleti player yet included. They've got Liverpool tomorrow in the Champions League, which would be a very interesting game. I think they'll go through. I think Liverpool and Atletico, hopefully Liverpool will be going through, but I think Atletico as well will probably join them, and he'd be a great card, wouldn't he? He'd be him and OCAMPOS together. that strong link would be insane. It really, really would be. So I think he'd be a fantastic card to go for. Into the Europa League, Leicester City had not had the best start, but they beat United convincingly on the weekend by 4-2. And I think that kind of starts to kick on in the Europa League as well. Going from an 86 to an 88 rated, it's a decent card. You know, they're obviously in an interesting group, you know, alongside Napoli and stuff like that. But I think they'll come good. I know they had that difficult start, but they start to pick up form a little bit more now in the Premier League, especially with that one on the weekends. And I think they have every chance of going through. Jamie Vardy would be pretty cool. Indeed, he was represented last year, so I'd love to go with him again this year. So that's why I've gone with Jamie Vardy. GELSON Martins are from Monaco, of course. They sit second in their group alongside PSV. Both teams currently on 4 points. They're having a bit of a yo-yo season so far. Monaco, they're either winning or losing the games. You know, there's some games that you expect them to win that they're not doing so. And then they're doing better in some games that you would think they'd kind of struggle in. But listen, obviously I'd love a Ben Yedder, but I think they're more likely to go with like an out-wide player. So I've gone with GELSON Martins. Pretty cool throwback player, wouldn't he, to be honest? Back to his days, in like Liga NOS, when he used to be a bit of a fan favourite back then. So it'd be pretty nice to see him get one. Insigne is not supposed to be the Champions League design. He's supposed to be the Europa League design. So my bad, of course, in that same group as Leicester, having a fantastic season so far in Serie A. Again, not the best start to their group in the Europa League. It's actually Warsaw from Poland that actually are top in that group at the moment. But I think they'll go through. I think it'd be a good card to have. Maybe a Manolas might get included instead, but I've gone with the attacking player Insigne. He would be pretty cool going from an 86 to an 88 rated. And into the Conference League, Pellegrini, who I predicted for Team 1. Roma will get a player in Team 2 without a doubt. And I think Pellegrini is probably the go-to guy for that, to be quite honest. He'd be nice, good, very, very, very good box-to-box midfielder. Of course, I think they've won both of their opening games, 6 points out of 6. So you can expect Roma to go through, and you can probably expect them to go far in the competition as well. So he'd be a pretty cool card to be able to come in there. And I think we're only going to see, again, 2 players for the Conference League, which is obviously a bit of a shame, but I just can't. There's so many teams in this particular group that don't really have that many insane players and come from such minor leagues. So, but with this one, I've gone with Feyenoord. Again, good start to their group as well. I know one of my subscribers actually is a big Feyenoord fan, so be very happy to see that. And I think Toornstra is a very good card to be able to go for. There's quite a few cards of like 1 in 4 already so far in this game, so it'd be pretty cool to see him get represented in the Conference League with this card. But anyway, guys, that'll finish off this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.